So we got all these cool things
From Arteza?
from Arteza. So we are gonna do a honest review because we ain't getting paid. But they did send us stuff,
Yeah.
so we're gonna play around with them.
We're going to play around with them.
And let you know what we think.
Hanging out in the studio with Rafi.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome to our first and probably last review ever.
After they see what we do.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. I watched some other reviews online, and I was like, oh, they like know what they're talking about.
They were highly proficient.
So basically, we've got 4 different Arteza products here, and
Yeah.
they had contacted me about doing a review, possibly, and I was like, well, if you watched my channel, we don't really do art, and they were like, no, we think you'd be awesome for it. And so I told them, too, that I am very honest with our peeps, and, that works out, because they're not expecting anything other than honesty, which right there for me, I was like, okay, good, cool.
Yeah.
And we have real brush pens, a set of 48. We've got metallic acrylic colors. We've got 20 acrylic markers. And we've got 12 acrylic colors. So let's open these guys up
Okay.
one by one.
All right. You want to start with these?
Yeah, let's do the acrylic colors.
Okay.
Let's do it here so that people can see.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, good.
All right, so first off, I can't.
I got a thumbnail in there. I got it started for you.
Why don't we have scissors?
You
We have an entire art studio. Kudos Arteza on making this shrink wrap just perfectly tight there. Here we go.
Shing.
Yeah, except these aren't scissors, according to Klee.
They're shears.
These are fabric shears.
Yeah.
They're not scissors.
I used them
She actually said that to me once. She said, I was like, could you hand me those scissors? And she's like,
They're not scissors. They're fabric shears.
ooh, I'm excited.
Me too.
Like a kid on Christmas. Okay,
Right.
so there's the plastic.
Except instead of having to leave the thing in the box because it's a collector's edition, you get to open the box.
So in this one, it's 12 acrylic colors, and we've got titanium white, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, scarlet red, crimson red,
Follow.
So let's open it up, and boom, fancy.
Bam.
Okay, so we've got the colors in there. I'm guessing we picked this up, and there's the other colors.
The full set.
And there's the box. Okay, let's just take these out of the box.
Okay.
Stick
Put
the
the box
box.
elsewhere. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on each one of these, you've got the Mars Black. It tells you, according to the box here.
How many plus signs is how light fast it is?
Yep, light, fast,
And transparency.
and then pigment number. So you've got the pigment number there. And then we've got 20 acrylic markers.
Big honkin' markers.
I am always curious. Again, good with the packaging here. Thank you. I'm always curious about paint markers because I use them. I always end up buying paint markers for projects that I want to work on. And they are always very, very dissatisfying when I use them, and I end up just using a brush and paint.
Because they're either like dry or then there's like too much that comes out at once or something like that.
So we got 20 bright colors, quick drying, low odor ink, water-based, UV resistant, blendable, acid-free. Blendable? That's interesting.
That is neat.
What do we got over here?
I don't know. What is that for?
I think this might be for the tips because one of the issues that I run into... Oh, this is cool. Let's get in here. Oh, yeah.
Are those replacement tips?
Well, let's see. Let's open one of these guys up.
Okay.
Feels nice in the hand.
I'm going to take one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so they're replacement tips.
Oh. And it's different tip styles.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The chisel tip or the point tip.
I think they're all chisel tips. That's the side that goes into.
Oh.
Don't. Clete doesn't know what she's talking about.
That's why I'm here. What's next?
Next, metallic paints.
Ooh.
So I have a love-hate relationship with metallic paints. that's the inside one.
Get it?
Sometimes the metallic paint is awesome. Sometimes the transparency on the metallic paint is way too much for the quality of the paint that it's supposed to be. I like that they have it all the transparencies and everything listed here, but also the selection here of colors is really cool. So we've got, how many are there? 36?
36.
So let's check all these out.
Yeah, I like their labeling system. They have each color on there, plus the transparency and light fastness. Lots of colors. Nice.
Okay, well this will be fun to play around with as well. And then finally, we've got this, the packaging, the shrink wrap on this isn't really shrink wrap, so...
Oh yeah, you could open it easily.
This one's not as consistent as the other one. It's just a bag. But this is the real brush pens. It's a set of 48.
Oh, they do make you work for it.
No.
Here. You can.
I can't.
It's okay, just hand it.
So here we go. And what do we got? Let's
I have to say that I'm most excited about these.
The brush
look
pens?
how fancy they look.
They do look fancy. So this is a water brush pen. So you put water in here and then you
can use it for the
squeeze
blending.
That. Yeah.
Very nice.
That is very, very neat.
Okay, so what do we got here? This is 48 colors.
Yep.
We got like reds, neutrals, blues, and greens.
Very nice. Yeah, these are going to be fun to use. Here on the end, you've got denim blue, A186, and then it's got the tip on there.
Yep.
So that's cool. Because I was wondering, like, do these have the actual color? So you got true blue. That's good. That's really good. We decided that instead of like working on something and then talking about it, that you guys would be able to experience what we experience real time in testing these. And I figured the best way to do that is to have a competition with Klee. So what we decided to do is we have 4 challenges that are in this top hat. That 2 challenges from Klee and 2 challenges from me. And then I'm going to mix it. Don't look in there. Pick one.
Oh, I'm going to pick one?
Yep.
Okay, I got one.
All right, so let's match it up with something before we know what the challenge is.
Okay. What do you want to use first?
Why don't we do the brush pens?
The brush pens?
Yeah, I'm curious about the brush pens.
Okay.
All right, so what's the challenge?
Okay. The challenge is... Why are these rolled so tightly? Okay. Draw my face challenge.
Yes!
So, draw my own face.
Nope.
Draw your face.
You're going to draw my face, and I'm going to draw yours.
Okay. So we're going to draw each other's faces.
Yep.
With these brush pens.
My face. Do you need to look at me?
I mean, I've looked at you a lot.
Yep.
I think I can draw you.
All right. So let's see. Ooh, this is exciting. All right, so now for something like this, I'm used to like drawing with pencil, but we're just gonna go for it.
Okay. What do I have here?
Using chocolate for your face.
I'm using ginger for your face. Right off the bat, I see it can make different widths, and I want to make like different shapes of lines.
You can't look at my stuff.
I'm looking at your face.
Oh, okay.
I need multiple shades for your glorious beard. Let's see, what do I need for your glorious beard? Probably need these.
There is a little bit of watery consistency, but then I like that for the thinner lines. Like these very thin lines.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because I'm like testing it out. So like as I'm testing it out, I'm like just focused on the way that the pen is working, the brush pen is working. And so I'm not paying attention to the picture itself. So
I'm going to look so beautiful.
You are going to look so I mean, you are beautiful.
Portrait is going to be amazing. I really do like that you can make really fine lines and then really thick lines with it too.
Well, I mean, that's usually how brush pens work.
Great. So my 2 cents, brush pens, good invention.
Yes. I mean, so far I'm pretty happy with this.
Oh, I made a very long beard hair. It's like one that you forgot to trim.
I am wondering though, because I feel like one of the bristles is loose now.
Did it go rogue?
I mean, I guess I'm kind of used to rogue bristles because of the fact that my paintbrushes get all beat up.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes so if you have rogue bristles, it's not the same as dealing with brush bristles, right?
Right.
You wouldn't handle it the same way.
The thing is, with a marker, you're going to want that consistency.
Ash black for your beard base layer. Now I'm going to go in with elephant gray.
Are you calling me fat?
No. So elephant gray, maybe it's the way I'm using it, seems to be a little more watery than the darker.
Let me see your face.
I'm drawing a highly accurate picture of you over here. Highly accurate. Well, I like how those two colors blended together. That was pretty nice.
I'm doing a piss poor job of drawing what you look like.
This is what you look like so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like some of them are more blendy, and then some of them, probably based on their lightness or darkness, are more...
I mean, they're blending really, really well so far for the colors that I'm doing.
Can you hand me that one that looks like it's almost white over there?
So, keeping all of the things over there, by the way, that's cheating.
I'm sorry, I put them back.
I was looking around and I was like, where's this color? And I looked over and she had one in her hand, and then there were a bunch of them on that side. So
I had several colors stashed over here.
Klee was definitely cheating.
I see what you mean about the rogue bristles.
Yeah.
And that's the...
See if you could show that right there.
Yeah. Which is the only reason that your eyebrows look the way that they do on my drawing.
Right.
Not because... Reason.
So I'd say, I mean, that does happen with other paint markers, but see, like, how would you take care of that now?
With scissors, maybe?
Not really, because what's happening is that these are getting pulled out.
Oh, yeah.
So you see that? So that is potentially a problem. Something that I would tell Arteza, please fix that, because that kind of sucks. Well, when you're doing detail, but especially the way that these are performing so far, like, that's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, something like that would kind of like dampen the experience for sure.
Yeah, because at this point, I can't use that marker for anything with detail because I can't trust the bristles to stay in place.
Right.
Look at all these colors you had over there. Such a cheater.
I'm sorry. I have always been that way. I would take a color from the crayon box and stash it over here so I can remember, oh, your eyeball. So I can remember what I was using. Oh, it's really hard to draw both sides of the face.
I do apologize in advance of the way mine looks.
Don't apologize until you've seen yours. Because you're quite handsome, and I'm not sure that I'm doing you justice here. Let me do...
Alright, because I'm calling it quits now so we can move on to the next challenge.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just color in your eyes real quick. Okay.
That's pretty good. I mean, look, mine isn't like a great work of art.
Oh, but you did get my snaggles.
Yeah.
I'm a vampire.
Yeah. I kind of look like I'm doing the Zoolander face. The blue steel face in this. Okay, so what is your opinion on these?
I like how...
They don't smell.
They're low odor, right?
Yeah.
I like how they feel. Like, it feels nice in my hand, and I have tiny hands.
Yeah.
It's a really light touch with these. Like, you can easily go way too hard with this.
One of my disappointments with this was seeing
the tips doing what they were doing.
Yeah, and I mean, and that was one of them. I would have to test every single one of these and see how many of them do that. But That would be disappointing to me if I was working on a project. So let's go to the next challenge. What we'll do is just turn these around.
Okay.
Because this is expensive paper.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to do the paint markers next?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do paint markers. I'm really curious about paint markers.
They always make me nervous. Anytime I've used a paint marker, it makes me nervous. Oh, it's kind of duplicate. I had create a colorful portrait of each other. So what can we do in place of that? Maybe a self-portrait? Or should we just do an entirely different challenge? We could pick one on the fly.
You know what? Let's play around with that, grabbing the paint markers and seeing how they work.
Okay.
Okay, so just grab a color. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
You got replaceable tips. Okay, so shake, pump. This is where I get impatient with paint markers.
Anything? Oh, I see. I'm starting to see it. I got something. Okay. Yours is going.
It's getting there.
It's going.
It's getting there. Okay, maybe I didn't shake it enough.
There's like some serious paint going on here, though. Like, this is way better of an experience than I've had with paint markers.
With paint markers, yeah, me too. They feel so light, though. It almost feels like there's not enough paint in there.
Yeah, it does feel like there's not very much paint in here. I'm gonna win! Or are you gonna like mess up your marker if you go over another color?
No, it says blendable.
Cool.
UV resistant, blendable, and acid free. Okay. Ready, set, go.
Oh no! I couldn't get the cap off! I'm still gonna win. You just watch. Double-handed. I'm getting color!
No.
I'm getting color. I'm gonna win. I win! Oh, it's a tie. It's a tie.
It's not a tie. I win. I don't really see paint markers blending all that great, so especially because these are going to dry really quickly, so by the time you're using the next one...
Well, I'm going to try something once I'm done with this layer.
You're going to try to blend them?
Yeah, I want to use that super light one, the one that's like white or close to white, and see what happens. This one is titanium white.
I am digging these paint markers, though, comparatively speaking to some of the paint markers that I've used.
Yeah, same. Okay, so the white is kind of blending in with all the colors I'm going over, but it is staining the tip of the white. I guess that's unavoidable, probably.
Yeah, but luckily there's replaceable tips.
Yeah. And, of course, we're just using the ones that came on here. It's got, like, the little pointy tipped ones, too, which is neat. How did you do that? I already got that one started for you. That's cheating.
So that means I win.
The silver metallic is easily the best metallic paint marker I've seen. How long will it last? That's a question.
Right.
I tried using...
I mean, these not having that much weight to them is both great, but it's also worries me a little bit about how much use you'll get out of this. Okay, I'm done. I mean, we didn't have long. We had 5 minutes to do this, but...
Done.
So, what is your representation of me?
You're the blue flame.
I'm the blue flame.
The blue flame, full of calm, fiery passion.
My representation of you is the red flame.
The red flame!
With aspects of the blue.
I think it's really weird and cool that we drew each other as the red and blue flame.
Yep. So you're like the red flame, but you've got the outer aspects of the blue.
I'm a little more
You're a little more explosive and fiery. So what's your opinion on these?
I like them. As far as paint markers go, they're fun.
Yeah.
I don't know about, of course, them drying out or running out or whatever, but just the initial experience of them, I like them. I like the colors. I like the thickness of the paint. I love the metallic.
So far, I'm highly impressed with these. I really, really love these paint markers, but a lot of times when I use paint markers, I'm working on a really, really big project. So I don't know how these would hold up on a big project.
For some square footage with some marker.
And on different surfaces, you know, like it would probably be a good idea to test it out on a...
It's pretty vibrant on there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit more watery. You could see it kind of separating there with the yellow. Like the yellow was definitely a little bit more watery, but it's on there. So I am impressed. I am impressed with these. I haven't used any like super high-end paint markers. So, but these for the price, I like these. I like these a lot.
I would use those to decorate some stuff around the house. In fact, I might decorate some stuff.
No, those are mine. They sent those to me.
You just
they sent them to me. No.
I can find them.
No.
This is really where my novice is gonna shine. Because I can handle some markers, but I
mean, listen, what we're doing here is not high-end art at all. We're just testing these products.
This is high art. Our challenge is create an abstract blended landscape.
Okay, cool. I think an abstract blended landscape will work well right there.
What?
Yep.
Oh, okay. With you as the sun. I'm gonna use this guy.
I think I'm gonna go with screen.
Maybe I'll go with yellow ochre. Just a dab, right?
Yeah, I always end up putting way more than I need. So don't do what I do, because I am the great waster of paint. Of course, I'm testing these out, and the first thing I do is use this big giant bristle brush, which is not really conducive to... I mean, I'm liking this so far. How you feeling about these?
Well, so far, I like what I did here with this giant sun. So,
Right.
I blended two colors together, and even me not knowing how on earth to blend whatsoever, I feel like it was good.
Think it was good?
Yeah. I'm gonna straight up Bob Ross this business.
Are you?
Yeah.
Bob Ross painted wet on wet with oils.
I'm gonna straight up do my own thing.
Yep. It's better. Well, the question of whether or not those brush pens are going to hold up to water is definitely no.
Oh, I see. Now I look like a giant sun god that's like raining down upon the land.
I mean, that's what I meant to do. I meant to make you the sun god that's raining upon the... Yes.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Would you say that they're dry, or is that like normal?
What do you mean? Do they feel dry to you?
Yeah. But I know absolutely nothing about blending, so I've been adding water to my brush to mix them all together. And when I add water, I mean, I get a cool effect here.
Yeah, a lot of... yeah, so you are the sun.
You're also kind of the sun. It's like you sort of preside there with the sun.
These are terrible.
Pine tree and a kite.
Oh, these are horrible. This is embarrassing for me. I mean, not for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Next we have...
So the only thing we have left are the metallic markers, and let's see what the challenge is.
metallic acrylic colors.
Well, wait, before we do that, what did you think of these?
Having had like zero experience really with acrylic paint, I did feel like I was having a hard time blending until I added water. Like maybe they're a little dry, but that could be normal.
Yeah,
So it's really...
I think that has a lot to do with the paper, too.
Yeah.
A lot of times you get surfaces and it's a lot drier than, it kind of sucks the moisture of them. Acrylic dries very quickly, so that might just be that you're not used to it because...
I've never painted.
You were expecting it to dry a lot. Not as
a lot
quickly.
slower.
Yeah, they were good. They were not like some of the higher end, like super high end paints that I use, but they were not. They were definitely not cheapy store paints, cheapy acrylic paints. Like they were pretty good.
So not craft paint, but not at your finest level of art.
Yeah, I mean the consistency there. I would definitely use those.
Would you use them if you had to cover a lot of area?
When I have to cover a lot of area, depending on what the area is that I'm using, sometimes I will use the cheap acrylic paints to do that because I'm just trying to cover a lot of area. It is the more detailed areas that I want to use the higher end stuff. And honestly, I would use that. I would want something that took a little bit longer to dry, but as far as like acrylic and the fact that acrylic dries so quickly, like those are good. I like them. I will definitely use them in my art. So for the iridescent stuff, I thought we would use this brown paper.
Okay. To see how it performs.
Yeah. And go ahead and read the challenge.
Make up your favorite animal.
Sweet.
I'm gonna need like 20 minutes just to conceptualize.
Well, you've got 5.
5 minutes to come up with my favorite animal.
Yeah. Not to come up and paint your favorite animal in metallic colors.
Okay, I've got it. I know what I'm doing.
Look at you again. You're just collecting the colors over there, so you can't just steal colors. Look at that.
I just need this one over here. Considering that we're laying down this paint on craft paper, it's got nice metallic finish.
It does. It really does. This right here, me doing these horribly drawn and painted things for Arteza, it makes me wonder, like, when they watch this, if they're going to be like, wait a second, is he an artist?
Is he an artist? That's true. You have to hone it. You have to hone the concept, like get in there and...
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay, I guess I'll be done. What is yours?
What is mine? Mine is a little blueberry strawberry creature.
It's gotta have a name.
They're not only cute, but you could eat them.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
Although based on its eyes, I guess it might eat you if you don't eat it. Mine is a gem cloud. It's a sentient cloud that rains gems.
You look like you just gave a speech in class.
That's my animal.
Okay, what's your opinion on the iridescent ones?
Are fun, and I actually like the different levels of translucent and opaque, and they're quite metallic.
Yeah, these are. I recommend these.
For metallic.
Here's the ultimate test for me. I'm gonna do this real quick.
Okay.
Is gold. That is not bad at all.
Yeah, gold can sometimes be the most pathetic of the bunch, right?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No.
This is cool. Look at that. Yeah, it shines in the light. Okay, so what's your opinion about Arteza?
So the opinion of me who draws not so good and is a novice is that I had a lot of fun with these stuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I mean, I would use them as somebody who's not a professional painterly artist. If I had a creative idea or I just wanted to sketch something up, I would use any of these things.
I really enjoyed using both the acrylic colors and the iridescent colors. I liked the brush pens. Like I said before, I was just disappointed with that. I do like that they do have the names on them. And as far as the paint markers, so far, I would have to use the paint markers for a while to see if, there's enough paint in them to actually work on a bigger project, which a lot of times paint markers are a little low on paint, but these feel exceptionally light.
They do.
But they're good. They're good, so I can't complain. And not only that, but it comes with different tips that you can use. So it'll be fun to test out those tips and see. I mean, so here's the thing about me is that I'm mixed media. So a lot of times I use low grade stuff, particularly when I'm doing underlayers and things like that. And then I use higher grade stuff as I start getting to the surface. So like, to me, everything suits a need. But I would say being somebody that uses some of the cheap stuff and some of the highly expensive art stuff, the Arteza paints and the markers and everything fall somewhere in between. So in my opinion, my very, very just me, Rafi opinion, yeah, I'm definitely going to use these. And I'm going to use these more on the high-end scale as far as the acrylic paints than the low-end scale. But are they like some of the more expensive paints that I have? No.
But they're good high ground.
They're good middle high ground paints, at least in my opinion.
I would say too, for me, like, let's say I decided to get into any of this field of art, right? And I wanted to play around with stuff. I like their price points. So I would definitely start with stuff like this and play around with ideas.
And I totally recommend starting with stuff like, there are some kits, some starter kits that people get, that when you know, I've even bought some for my kids, and the paints are just really, really low end crap. Especially,
like they just don't care at all.
Especially for like they don't care at all. Especially for the price of the kit. I would much rather, like with my kids, I would much rather buy this. You know, my kids are teenagers, and there's a lot of painting stuff that they want to learn. You want to learn on better quality stuff because then you gain a rhythm for it. And I guess that's it for our review.
We hope you enjoyed us testing Arteza products.
Yeah. Thank you, Arteza. Thank you for encouraging us to do an honest review and not a bullcrap review by not paying us.
Right.
Thanks.
It works out.
And so if you guys are interested in any of these, down in the description where you could visit Arteza and
try them for yourself.
Try the stuff. For me personally, when it comes down to trying new products, a lot of times I can watch reviews and things like that, but I watched a bunch of reviews on Arteza and realized that unless I'm using it myself, I'm not really going to get a feel for it. Because everybody has a different way and a different perspective when it comes to art. So, my opinion is I like them. I'm definitely going to use them. Like the brush pens, you guys know, I'm like, I don't know, but everything else I really love so far.
And they being some of the only art supplies I've ever used, I give them a thumbs up.
Yep, a little tiny thumbs up.
Tiny thumbs.
Yeah. And that's it for our very, very professional review of Arteza products.
Indeed.
It's very professional.
I concur.
It was high-end art that was going on.
I'm framing all of that and putting it up.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. And if you like this video and you want to watch more, I don't know, we don't really do reviews, so it won't be more like this, but you could watch us. Just click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. Say goodbye, Klee.
Good day.
Adios.